Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Tyler Loop is out and about ready to send this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Ready? 70, stand by Wolf.
First play is a design run. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
319. Coming 50. Hey, you block over here. Screen it, get on.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Yeah, live. No. 20, 319. Box it. Back north.
The play clock runs out. This will be a delay. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Delay of game backs him up, Brock, and on 3rd down, it's once again 10 to go.
319. Hey, trick 26.
They'll air it out on 3rd. His first throw is an interception. Picked off. That's Teddy Buchanan. Now, we all know everybody wants to avoid an opening drive 3 now, partner, but given how that one just went, an opening drive punt probably doesn't seem too bad right now.
Oh, I think everybody on that sideline would co-sign, especially the quarterback, and you also now give life to this defense and their offense that runs on the field.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st down, here's Lamar. Complete Derrick Henry. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Has it in close. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Ravens 7, Steelers nothing.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Returnable from the 1. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10.
319. Easy.
Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And not a lot available there. Makes it to the 26. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Firing quickly as Rodgers complete. He's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. 7-0 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They've got a first to begin the frame. A give left side to Warren. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. Man, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
Offense to the line. 2nd down. This is Metcalf working that right side. And he's tackled for no gain.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Over here. Number 50. Hey, you block over here. Back north. Zoom. 26.
4th down now, Rodgers. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Will this drive continue? Here comes third down. Third and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
48-yard attempt.
Oops, knocks it through. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
He's going to field this at the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Gravity lying.
Starting this drive with a design run. So the offense trying to flex a little creativity on that first down, and the defense, well, they flex right back. No gain. Second down coming up.
Assignments were tested, and they were ready for it defensively. That's an excellent stop at the line. And it's going to make this offense seriously question revisiting that call.
A pistol snap. Rodgers has it downfield, working the left. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Steelers.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Rodgers from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And he has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
That's completed out to the right. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Got to get some protection up front here, Kate. He is already in the game because they knocked out the starter, and trust me, you don't want to get to the emergency quarterback.
319.
Rodgers going to throw here, third down. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Boswell able to knock it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points. A little bit of feel-good momentum.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the 1st half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
He's going to keep it this time. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
On the move into the red zone. And he is all the way ahead to the 13-yard line. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Tyler Luke out for the Ravens to attempt this field goal. They get the timeout called. We've got 5 seconds remaining in the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Luke knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
One last play before the break. The final throw before the break. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. And it'll bounce out untouched, and here comes the flag. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
Onward.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Henry running to the left. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First down throw for Jackson. Knocked away. That's going to be incomplete. Defender there. That brings up second down.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Second down. Still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Throwing again is Lamar. Forced out to his right. Oh, they tried the lateral. It's a live ball. And the Steelers get to it. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. Excellent return here as they get the football, and they're going to take over on the opposing side of midfield. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game.
And there is nothing like a defense taking the ball away for you. Right? It's all about the ball. It's all about, you hear me preach that all the time. Get the ball back. If they get the ball back, with a little extra bonus on that return as well.
He's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers start the second half with some needed points. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, got...
And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key talent kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. Wow, still a full quarter left and down only a score, but here comes an onside kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. All right, partner, are you on board with that call we just saw? Yes, they trailed, but it's not a huge lead. It's only in the third quarter. Hold it, you jumped the gun. Now they're in a tougher spot because they didn't recover. Did you say no?
No. No.
Why not?
Because 95% of the time or so, those things fail. Why would you do that this early? No.
Here's Henry running left. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Lamar now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. The toss now to Henry. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His back Derrick Henry was the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Headed out right. Making the call himself. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. That's a gain of 8, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
We'll see them tackle 2nd and goal after the break. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. They go to him again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens now lead by 10. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. And they're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Steeler 1st down.
We are going. Slip again.
Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Sends this to the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! Nate Wiggins has got it!
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Built on the site of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from the bank. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Ready. Come on. Ready.
The drive begins with Henry. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First down, and they go right back to it. Shoves one away. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
On first down, Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Intended for Derrick Henry.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
From the 40, here comes 2nd and 10.
Hey.
Here's a give for Henry. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Chuck Clark. And dose of the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
All right, they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive. 4th down, here's Jackson. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll start on the ground here with Warren. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Pat the 60, pat the 60.
Here's a design run. And you won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack, exactly what he just did.
throw here, third down. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Look at the 8. Look at the 8.
Trying an inside give to Ward. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They have 2nd down and 5. Warren once more. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of the series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Look at the 8.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
New set of downs from 37.
20, 18.
On 1st down, Warren. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
18.
Now give left side. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
All right, they need 7 here on 3rd down on what is the 9th play of this drive. That one's out and cut on the right side. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it.
18.
Trying to push this past the marker. And the early aggressiveness is answered. They went for it on their opening series, and the defense stops them. That's a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
1st down now, ball at the 33. One drawn up here for Lamar. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
1st and 10 now from the 46. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's good for a gain of 5. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and
Lamar
4.
off the play fake.
The Steelers 35-yard.
Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
The Steelers calling their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Motioning one of the tight ends. This is Henry on 2nd, and he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens get some late points and the lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
And that's brought in for 2, Brock. That's going to put them up 8-0. Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often, but tight ends, such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise, they went his way for that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys' security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass, like a great post in basketball, when they know how to finish.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
At their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Rodgers gonna throw on first. He puts some juice on it deep. They connect on the deep shot. And he has this down to the 34. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
Look at the 8. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Back north. Cat 300. Cat 300. Number 50. Hey, you block over here. Check 30. Inside.
First down. Here's Rodgers. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
Over.
That's another Steelers.
And they spike the ball to stop the clock. Second and 10. Need something positive here.
Back north. 258. Over 50. Plant.
So without a timeout to call, this winds up as a delay. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So that delay backs them up 5. Now 2nd and 15 to go.
319. Hey, take 26. Yeah, this. Zoom. Jump out.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. And it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get their first point of this game just before halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Starting from the 5. Things going well so far. And he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. They'll take that every time. Great field position to begin this drive.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. He fields it from the 8. Showing a little burst so far. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Well, we got ourselves quite a game today, a tie game coming into this third quarter. And what you're looking for is a little instant jolt of momentum coming out of the locker room. And that return might just be the spark that leads to that momentous fire.
A run from Warren here to start the third. Still has room inside the 30. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Steelers have a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Hey, check 26.
They'll go again with Warren, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Namdi Matabike making that stop.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Line up the design keeper. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down by Dre Jones.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
In 18.
Warren running between the tackles. And the run will not get there. They're turned away right near that marker. Now it's 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
All right, they made the red zone, and it's touchdown or bust, it seems. They were lining up to go for this.
58.
And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
It's a turnover.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down. Here's Lamar. Getting out to his left. Now he takes it. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Complete to Henry on the check down. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's an unusual 8-all ball game as both sides get ready for the final quarter. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running back sent in motion. Jackson yet again. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
From the red zone now. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Well, they didn't bite on the play action, Brock, and for all the times that we've seen that exact concept beat defenses, these guys were not fooled.
You know what that was collectively, defensively? It was great processing. We talk about quarterbacks being great processors. That group defensively just got it done.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
From the gun, Jackson into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you continue. You've looked under the...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
He has it, and he crosses the goal line. The conversion is good, and that sets him up with an 8-point lead in the 4th. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So 1st down from the 41.
319.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 19 on that pickup. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Steelers 8 points behind. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38. Finds him over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
58!
Firing quickly as Rodgers complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
Second and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Here he is to throw. Buying some time right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Number 50. Hey, you block over here. 26. Get 300. Get 300. Inside. Hey, take 26.
To throw. That's cut at the 4. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal. The Steelers calling their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. They sneak it with Rodgers. And it's not over yet, football fans. He scores, and now a 2-point conversion will force overtime.
Well, I don't think that defense was ready for that kind of push at the point of attack. I think they were thinking outside run, play action, but they get gutted, and they get gutted right up the middle.
They knew what they had to do. First the touchdown. Now a 2-point try to tie it.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Hey, take 20. Hey, Mike.
Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. All right, they got the touchdown, but that was only half of it. So now they need this 2-point conversion or this one's over.
319!
Caught at the 2! And the conversion is good. He's into the end zone. Oh, looks like we may be headed for overtime.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. He'll look to throw it. This is completed downfield directly. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. A designed run. Jackson keeping it.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought in that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Everything coming down to the leg of Tyler Luke. 1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. So the rookie getting a chance at a signature moment here in his first season. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. It has the distance, and it's on target. It's good! So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road.
And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. And when you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball on both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Saquon Barkley looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. A beautiful spin and room to run. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 36 yards. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Steelers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
looking to put a drive together.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
First run back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd down and 1. Running left, it's Warren. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
158.
On the give, it's Warren. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. A handoff for Warren. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
3rd and 5. First thrown out for the backup, Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll run it. Warren. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Here's 2nd and 3.
258.
On the run, it's Warren. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 48 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now a run with Warren. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A nice stick and stop for a loss there from Jalen Phillips.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal.
19-18. Go.
Yeah, he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
It's complete. And this play is not going to work. He stopped short of the goal line, and this will remain a 7-6 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
No gain on the play.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Second and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
It's a pickup of 3.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 7. Warren will try the right side. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
319. 319.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
319.
They run behind center with Gainwell. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
630.
Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Hey, check 20, 258.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A new lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's first and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And he'll go down at the 28.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
319.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell to about the 26 here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On the handoff, Gainwell.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane that could really break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Hey, check 26. Back north. Over.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
319.
Running right, this is Gainwell. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
18.
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Ready up!
They go play action with Wilson. And Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing the tone for this one.
The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. Boy, how about this to start a ball game? That's twice in a row now, Charles, that they get to it.
And how often do we talk about offenses that operate off of a script to begin games? Feels like this defense had their script together on this one, and their script said put the quarterback down and do it fast.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Now he's loose up the left sideline. He's to the 20. And all the way in for the Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 91 yards. And the Dolphins march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, here we go. Rocco 80.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Warren. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here now a 3rd down and 8.
258. Take 30.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Hey, 258. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Screen it, get up.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the 1st half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
On 1st down, back to Achane. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Now he's going to step up, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. T.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
11 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. A give, running right, Achane. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw him.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it with Achane. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 23-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. And there defensively was Jack Jones.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
26, 319, go to 50, and you block 1030, inside, 319.
Rodgers now to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
Back north.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
At the 47-yard line.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They fire this one quickly to Austin. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's a quick throw to Freiermuth. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now 2nd and 5.
Go to 50. Hey, 319. Liz. Slip again.
Rodgers again now. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Go to 50. 319.
He's got his tight end flyer move right side. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
At the 4-yard line.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22.
Austin on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
58. Over.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll run it here. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the give, it's Warren. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
319, 26.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
58.
This one finds Austin at right. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
319.
A handoff for Warren. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 8.
319.
They'll run it. Warren. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 14. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Rodgers with a keeper. And he will have a Steelers 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
319.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
258. Easy. 319.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
He was taken down at the 10-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Go to 50. Hey, you block it. 258. 319.
On the run, it's Warren. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Blue 58.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4.
Blue 58.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A big play looming on 3rd down.
Green 8. 1 to 50. Green 8.
And they'll run it here. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
1-yard line.
No. Green 18. Green 18.
And they take a knee. Here now, 2nd and goal.
No.
And they'll go on the ground. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows up about 10 times. And sure enough, they'll wind up losing yards here.
Right there, we can do it.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Green 18. Green 18.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Back north. Green 18. Plant. Yeah, live. Check 30. Stay right.
One final try now for Rodgers. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one. It's tempting to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Conversion.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Now for the all-critical extra point. And he's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A give left side. Here's Achane. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. To the sideline and incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
19, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Green 18. 630. Green 18.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
At this point now, a field goal would win it. They are in range. We'll see how they approach things on 1st down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road.